Assalamu alaikum my dear students. Hope you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Welcome to NIEVS Home School. I am Nasima Akhtar, Assistant Teacher of Science, National Ideal English Version School, Morning Shift. Dear students, I am going to take a science class for class 7 students. Dear students, our today's topic is chapter 6 and the name of this chapter is Structure of Matter. And let's see today's topic from here. Our today's topic is chapter 6 and the lecture number is 14 and our today's SW number is 13 number SW. So dear students, let's begin the class. You can see here is chapter 6 from lesson 1 to 11 and this is in your book, this is the page number 61 page. Look at here, this is lesson 1 and 2, structure of matter. In our surrounding, we can see different types of matter. We use them in various works. Just after waking up in the morning, we use water to wash our face and hands. This water is a matter. Similarly, chalk, sugar, salt, iron, copper, etc. all are matters. What are these matter made of? What is the reason of the variation of matter? The reason of variation of matter is its structure. As the structure of matters is different from one another, they look different. Their properties become different as well. For that reason, they are used in different works according to their properties. Now let us take a look at the structure of some of our widely used matters. Let us talk about iron and copper first. The iron we use in various works is mainly made of some small iron particles. This is similar to copper. Copper is made of some small particles of copper. If we break iron, we will find some small particles of iron only. That means iron consists of only one component. Likewise, only some small particles of copper will be found by breaking copper and it consists of only one component as well. Look at here, you can see here is iron. If we break this iron, we will find only iron components. Now, here is copper. If we break this, then we will find only copper. The matter that are made of only one component like iron and copper is called element. This is the definition of element. Like iron and copper, our known hydrogen and oxygen are also made of only one component and they are element as well. So hydrogen and oxygen are also element. Look at here, come to this page, this is 62 number page. Here is hydrogen. Look at here, they are element. If we break hydrogen, we will find only hydrogen. And this is oxygen. If we break this, then we will find only oxygen. Now come to here, salt and sugar are the two most essential matters of our daily life. Salt is a matter which is made of two different components named sodium and chlorine. Sodium and chlorine. And sugar is made of three different components named carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. That means sugar composed of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, and salt is composed with sodium and chlorine. If we start to break salt or sodium chloride, the large particle of salt will turn to small particles. That small particles will become smaller and then smallest. It will no longer be seen with bare eyes. 2. It is a small molecule of salt. There is one sodium chloride in it. Sodium and chlorine sodium and chlorine will be found by breaking the molecule. That means two different molecules will be found here. Look at here, this is sodium chloride, salt. If we break this salt, then we will find here sodium chloride. And if we break this sodium chloride, then we will find two types molecule here. Here is two types molecule like sodium and chlorine. Similarly, if sugar breaks, three different components will be found like carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. The matter that is made of more than one component of different properties like salt and sugar is called component. This is the definition of compound. This is the definition of compound. I am reading this again. The matter that is made of more than one component of different properties like salt and sugar is called compounds. Now, who does not know about rusting on iron? If dark grey colored iron made rod, which is an element, is kept outside for some days, red brown colored layer named rust will be seen. Actually, with the presence of vapor, an element iron conducts reaction with another element named oxygen and create rust, which is a compound called iron oxide. It can therefore be said undoubtedly that a compound substance consists of two or more elements. A compound substance consists of two or more elements. Now, mixtures. Stir a glass of water by adding some salt into it. Such substance with salt and water is made of more than one matter, which is called mixture. Similarly, air is also mixture where different matters like nitrogen, oxygen, vapor, etc. exist. It is also noticeable that here that air is such a mixture where both the matter, element and compound exist. On the other hand, both water and salt that exist in the mixture are called compounds. Now come to this page 63 number page. Here is lesson 3, smallest particle theory. Now from this page we will read Dalton theory from here. During 1803, John Dalton, an English scientist, gave a theory based on the experimented information on small particles of matter. This theory is called Dalton's atomic theory. According to Dalton, 1 number point here is elements are made of extremely small particles called atoms. 2 number point, all the atoms of an element are same. The atoms of an element are identical in size, mass and chemical properties. 3 number, atoms of one element are different from other elements. That means atoms of different elements differ in size, mass and other properties. 4 number point, compounds are made of more than one element. Atoms of different elements combining in simple whole number ratio from compounds. 5 number point, in chemical reaction, atoms cannot be created or destroyed. Only they are joined with and separated from each other. Now, lesson 4 and 5. We have learned from the Dalton's atomic theory that matters consist of small particles. These small particles are known as atom. Atom cannot stay free or independent. Atoms cannot stay free or independent. They form molecules by combining each other. A molecule can stay free or independent. In case of element, only atoms of the same substance combine together and form molecules. For example, two oxygen atoms combine to form a oxygen molecule. Look at here, here is two oxygen atoms form oxygen molecule. Now come to this page 64 number page. Look at here, in other words, an element named oxygen is made up of small molecules. If we break down an oxygen molecule, we will get two oxygen atoms. Now, let us consider a compound named water. Take some water in a container, divide them into small parts. Assume that we now have a single drop of water. This single drop of water in fact consists of numerous small particles. If we continue to break down the single drop, we will get a single particle which can stay alone and free. Such particle contains all the properties of water. This particle is a molecule of water. Look at here, this is the molecule of water. If we break down a water molecule, we will get smaller particles. However, they cannot stay free or independent. They do not contain any properties of water. They in fact are no longer water particles. They are atoms of two different elements, one oxygen atom and two hydrogen atom. In other words, one oxygen atom and two hydrogen atom combine to form a water molecule. Look at here, page number 65. You can see here is a molecule of water, and you can see here is one oxygen atom, and beside oxygen you can see here is two hydrogen atom. And here is if we break this water molecule, then we will find one oxygen atom and two hydrogen atoms. Come to here, matters consist of small particles named atoms. They cannot stay free or independent. Two or more atoms form molecules by combining with each other. Two or more identical atoms combine and form a molecule of an element. Atoms of two or more elements combine to form a molecule of a compound. A molecule can remain free or independent. Now listen 6. Atom and symbol. Till now, 118 elements have been invented. Among them, 93 is found in nature and the rest of 20 is artificially made elements. Every element has a name. To express them shortly and easily, we use symbols for each of them. Generally, symbols are expressed by the first one or two letters of the Latin, Greek or English name of the elements. In case of expressing symbol with one letter, capital letter is used. In case of expressing symbol with two letters, the first one will be the capital letter and the second one will be in small letter. Now students, come to this page. This is 66 number page. You can see here is a table. Some symbol of atoms and their English, Greek or Latin names are given below. You can see here, this is atom's name and these are a symbol, and these are English, Greek or Latin name. Let's see. Hydrogen symbol is H, hydrogen. Helium symbol is He. H is capital here and E is small letter. Helium. Lithium, Li. Lithium. Beryllium, Be, beryllium. Boron, B. Symbol is B and here is English, Greek or Latin name is boron. Carbon, C. Nitrogen, N. Oxygen, O. Fluorine, F. Iron, ferrous, ferrum. Now come to lessons 7 and 8. Molecule and formula. Molecule and formula. We have learned that molecules are made of combining two or more atoms. From the formula, it can be learned which atom a molecule contains. A formula is written with the symbol of the atom that form the molecule. Now we will know about the rules of writing formulae and what a formula tell us. Note that the term formulae is the plural form of formula. Formulae is the plural form of formula. Formulae of elements. Generally, numerous atoms in solid and liquid elements stay together. They do not form any molecule. Therefore, there are no formulae for each such elements such as sodium, copper and iron. For most of the gaseous elements, two elements combine together to form a molecule. Therefore, the formulae of such elements are written by writing their symbol with 2 as subscript. For example, for the formula of oxygen is O2 and the formula of nitrogen is N2. Two atoms form molecules in some liquid and solid elements as well. Their formulae are also written by writing their symbols with 2 as subscript. For example, the formula of bromine is Br2. Formula of some elements are given in the following table. You can see in the next page. This is 67 number page. You can see here, this is the symbol of this element and the formulae of this element. And now here is formulae of compound. Form a formula of a compound, we know which element of group or group of atoms and their ratio the compound is made of form. For example, H2O, look at here, correction, this one H2O, it can be written like this, H2O. Tell us that a molecule of water is formed from 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atoms. From the following table, we will see how formulae and compounds tell us about the atoms and group of atoms that form molecules of the compounds. Here is formulae and here is the name and here is the atoms and group of atoms that form the molecule, and here is characteristics of compound name: sodium chloride, calcium oxide, potassium iodide, sulfur dioxide, carbon oxide, calcium sulfate, calcium sulfide, potassium nitrate, potassium nitrite, sodium carbonate, aluminum phosphate. And you can read this table by yourself properly. Now come to this page. This is 68 number page, lesson 9, particles of atom. Atoms are small in size. They are so small that we cannot see them in empty eyes. Not even with the help of microscope, but with the help of electron microscope, atoms can be seen. Here it is mentionable that with the help of electron microscope, we can have a several million times of large view of an object. Look at here, according to Dalton's atomic theory, atoms are indivisible. That means it cannot be divided. This opinion was widely recognized by everyone for a long period, but now it has been proved that atoms can be divided into many small particles. Three particles can be got from dividing atoms. They are electron, proton and neutron. In modern research, it has been proved that neutron and proton exist in the center of atoms and electrons move around the center in the circular orbit. Generally, a same type of atom consists of equal number of electron and proton. It is notable here that only the atom of hydrogen does not have any neutron at its center, which means if an atom of hydrogen is broken, a proton at the center and the electron outside the center will be found. On the other hand, there are 2 protons and neutrons at the center and 2 electrons outside of the atoms of helium. Look at here, this is the structure of helium. And there are 8 protons and 8 neutrons at the center and 8 electrons outside of the atom of this oxygen. This is the structure of oxygen. Now this is the, come to this page 69 page, this is lesson 10 and 11, use of water as universal solvent. Here is, because it can be dissolved any, look at here in class 6. In class 6 you came to know that water is universal solvent because it can be dissolved any organic and inorganic substance that other solvent cannot. Look at here, here is an experiment students, you can read this part by yourself and you will understand that what is written here. Okay, now I have finished my today's topic. Now I will give you HW. Students, our today's HW number is 13 number HW and your HW will be made 5 MCQ. 5 MCQ from this chapter. Only 5 MCQ. You have to make 5 MCQ from this chapter. This is HW number 13. And please student, when you will do your HW, please write down the HW number. So dear students, I hope you have understood today's topic. Keep practice it at home and do your SN HW in your HW copy. So dear students, stay home and we'll see you again in our next class.